Baker Hughes has developed systems for refracturing and rejuvenating older wells to increase recovery. I'm here with Chris Freitag, Vice President of Integrated Technology at Baker Hughes. How are you today, Chris?
Thanks. Good morning. Fine.
How is the industry's current economic climate affecting unconventionals?
It's a very difficult environment right now for unconventionals in North America. There's a bit of a price war actually going on, I would say, between conventional oil from OPEC and the unconventional oil that we have here in North America. Now, you could see it as a price war. We actually see it as a humongous opportunity to look at what we can do better to increase the production from unconventionals, but more importantly, increase recovery from unconventionals above the paltry 10% that we're currently sitting at. So it is actually a blessing in disguise, I would think.
And how does Baker Hughes determine wells that are good candidates for refracturing or rejuvenation?
So we have developed a very concise process that allows us to go through and look at wells in any given play in North America to identify their production history, but also their production potential in the future. What that means is we scan thousands and thousands of wells in any play and identify how they've been completed, how they have been fractured, and what they have yielded in terms of hydrocarbons in the past. Once we have done that, we can fine-tune our economic and technical analysis to determine which of these wells would benefit from some rejuvenation treatment.
And what are the key differences between refracturing and rejuvenation?
Well, you see, rejuvenation is a much broader picture because we hear about refracturing at the moment in the industry. The reason is that a lot of people can do refracturing. What we've decided to do is look at it from a much broader picture and thinking about what the well really requires in terms of technical solutions to make it a better producer and to have a higher recovery factor. So that might include anything such as cleaning out the well, removing scale buildup, and then installing, for example, an electrical submersible pump to help the well flow. That might be a solution. It might be a solution to just go ahead and clean out the well by itself, or the solution may be to refracture the well, just as is being done in quite a few places in North America already. So it's important to understand what the well requires, what the reservoir requires, and then select whatever is right. We don't believe in the refracturing hammer, to address that one nail. So we have a few more tools in our toolbox.
How do you determine the best solution for an asset?
After we've identified candidates that would benefit from a rejuvenation treatment, each well has to be looked at individually. And there are different data points that we can look at. There's production logs, for instance. There may be formation evaluation logs that have been acquired or that were acquired while the well was being drilled. We might look at cuttings to determine what kind of mineralogy and what kind of hydrocarbon we have in the rock itself. Or we might just go in and determine whether the well is actually capable of sustaining a refracturing treatment. I'm talking about well integrity, cement bond integrity, etc. So there is a more detailed diagnostic that happens before we actually execute the treatment to make sure that the operator spends money wisely. What
do you see as the future of this approach?
I think this is actually the next wave, if you like, in the unconventional revolution. The first wave of the revolution was that we actually found out that horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing would unlock these resources. And then everybody started thinking about how to do this more efficiently and more quickly. And the term factory drilling was born, and it was all about quick, it was all about low cost. And I think we might have to rethink this a little bit. If we are actually able to prove out, and it seems we're on a very good path to doing that, that the rock can yield much more than the paltry 8 or 10% of its resources. If we could double that to maybe 15% of recovery, that would be a dramatic step change in recovery from unconventional. So we might have to rethink whether factory drilling is actually the answer. We might have to go to refrackable wells that can be refracked 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And it would enter us into a new era in the unconventionals in North America.
Thank you for joining us today, Chris.
My pleasure.
And thank you for joining us at drillingcontractor.org.